When it comes to healing your nervous system, your body is going to demand B vitamins. Your brain needs them, and in order to recover from any nervous system disorder of any kind, you're going to need them in ample amounts. This is what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you 3 really practical ways to increase the B vitamin intake in your day-to-day life. These are more animal-based methods, and they are completely natural, so you can't overdose on them. Your body will tell you when you've had enough. These are foods to really consider if you're recovering neurologically and particularly are showing any sort of nervous system dysregulation. So let's jump in. Hi, my name is Selena from Wholeness Campaign. I've recovered from IBS, parasitic infection, allergies, asthma, histamine intolerance, food intolerances, Lyme's disease, a host of chronic infections, and several severe concussions that left me debilitated for years. It was only when I started using food as medicine that I started seeing the really amazing results. This was after years of neurological rehab. So I respect the functional neurology world. I think it's amazing. It did amazing things for me. But at the end of the day, what really ended up kicking my symptoms was the nutrition. And this is where we're going to kind of circle in today, as I want to talk about B vitamins for the nervous system and why they are so important. Honestly, many of these B vitamins are actually produced by our gut bacteria. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk a lot about the gut microbiome and how to repair it. So you actually really do need a robust microbiome in order to assimilate a lot of these B vitamins into your cells. You actually need functioning flora. So if you want to learn more about that, I will leave a video linked below and above about probiotics and how you can get started there with fermented foods, which I think are the superior alternative to most of the probiotic pills that are out there right now. But nonetheless, we do also have to be taking in our B vitamins because they do provide a crucial role to nervous system healing. They are involved in energy production, neurotransmitter synthesis. So they literally help you to produce neurotransmitters, and they maintain myelin sheaths. So specifically, they're going to help you to convert your food into energy for nerve cells to produce happy, feel-good neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, and ultimately repair and protect your nerves. We're going to look specifically at B1, B6, B12, B9, and B3, and why they're so important, why we really do need to be getting them in our diet and making sure that, again, our microbes are supporting the proper assimilation of these nutrients. But many neurological issues can actually just be a direct result of B vitamin deficiency. Okay, so now I want to give you some very practical ways that we can increase our B vitamin intake. First is going to be pork. You can actually eat upwards of 2 cups of pork a day. I've heard this recommended for fertility. If somebody is struggling with nervous system related illness, this is something that I would really consider increasing or maximizing as much as possible in your diet. Pork is specifically high in B1, B3, and B6, but it also does contain B2, B5, and B12. The specific amount is going to vary based on the cut, but I see a lot of people in the gut health space telling you to avoid pork for fear of parasites. And if you're in that camp, I just want to encourage you that there's so many other things we could do to provide an anti-parasitic environment in our gut that do not involve avoiding an animal that provides so many benefits. And so I wouldn't recommend cutting that out. If you are able to source the highest quality pork possible, regenerative, organically farmed pork, that is going to be ideal. But if you can't, I would go ahead and make sure that you're fermenting the pork to make sure that there's no parasites in it at the end, or at least that the parasites are not going to be as high. And listen, if you get some parasites, this is another thing to note, is that I'm actually not super scared about that, because as long as we have a good parasite defense system in our body, our stomach acid is high, we've got good beneficial flora, it's actually not that big of a deal to have some parasites from our food. It's kind of inevitable. So don't be afraid of pork. I would encourage you to eat different cuts of pork to get a broad spectrum amount of different types of B vitamins, but nonetheless, it's really important. And I would actually venture to say that most Americans are not eating enough. And it really has been deemed this dirty animal, when in reality, a lot of that comes down to our agricultural practices and how we maintain our animals. Most of the time, pigs are kept in the most vile conditions that are very hospitable to parasites and pathogenic overgrowth of all kinds. They have received rounds and rounds of antibiotics for all of this bacterial exposure, but really when you get them in the right context, they really aren't dirty at all. And it's something to think about. Number 2 is nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is kind of like the cheese alternative in the dairy-free space, and I'm not dairy-free by any stretch of the imagination, but nutritional yeast is really high in B2, B6, and again contains smaller amounts of B1, B9, and B12. So it's kind of like getting a broad spectrum B vitamin if you have this regularly in your diet. I'm not against supplementing with B vitamins if needed in certain instances, but again, I'm always looking to do these things through food whenever possible. And nutritional yeast is something that is going to make things taste better, and you just sprinkle it on your food and you're getting a really good dose of B vitamins. So I would definitely recommend including that if you're not already, especially if you're struggling with some sort of nervous system dysfunction. And number 3 is going to be liver. And if you're not new here, then you know I talk about this a lot. I think liver is one of the best ways to get B vitamins into your diet among many other vitamins, and it could be considered a multivitamin in many spaces. It's actually something I'm currently treating very similarly to a prenatal. I have many other things that I'm also incorporating into my nutrition as well for prenatal care, but it's a big one. It's one that I don't really miss a day on because I notice a direct correlation in how I feel. So I make sure to have that every day. Dr. Natasha recommends having at least your palm size in liver every day if you're healing. And if you're in acute stages of healing, to even have your entire hand size. I know that's crazy, but if you're struggling with something, especially nervous system related or mental health related, I would say that this should be step 1 to cross off your list. We want to make sure that you're getting plenty of liver, and there's amazing ways to make liver taste good. I'll leave some recipes that I love and lean on a lot in the description box below. But if you don't like it, take some frozen liver pills, which I teach you how to make here on my channel. I'll leave that video linked as well. But it's basically chopping up frozen raw liver and swallowing it in pill-sized pieces. You don't taste it at all if you have a good chaser. And it's actually a really great way to get B vitamins regularly into your diet, as well as iron and a bunch of other minerals like zinc, copper, magnesium, and whatnot. Sometimes this is a hard thing for people to stomach because people think I could just get around it. Oh, I just don't want, that's like the one thing I don't want in my diet. And no, this is actually, if you're going to do one health thing for your life, if you're going to include one nutritional change, it would be to do liver, to have liver every day if possible, or increase it in your weekly routine to the point that it is regularly consumed. It's really important. It's not something that you can skimp on. So those are my 3 tips for foods to include to help support your nervous system, help to boost your B vitamin intake, because that's so important in repairing the gut lining, making sure that you're really fueling your cells and your nervous system, and ultimately repair of the nerves, the neurotransmitters, and helping your brain to function optimally. So if you're interested in more support, I actually have a 6-month whole health blueprint coaching program that is designed to take you start to finish in healing your gut and really fueling your body, learning how to fuel your body with an ancestral food-based approach and recover from all sorts of chronic symptoms. You guys, I've got people in the program who are recovering from thyroid issues, hormone issues, fertility issues, candida overgrowth, chronic inflammation, autoimmunity. All of it, you guys, can be healed by addressing the gut. And I don't want to make it sound simplistic. We do a 3-pillar approach. So we address gut health, toxicity, and the nervous system, doing all 3 of those in one because I really think those are the 3 most important pillars when it comes to resolving chronic symptoms naturally. If you're interested in that, I'll leave the link below to apply for the program. We would love to have you. And if you got any value out of this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. This month, I'm talking all about the gut-brain connection, things that you can do to practically improve your brain by fueling your gut and healing and repairing the tissue of the gut lining. So make sure that you're subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next one.